You ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
It's not hot. Perfect.
77.
It's beautiful. It's dry.
Just a wimp.
There's Tom.
Flag him down.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back to Okayest Cook podcast. I'm Chris Whonsetler, your host. We are still at BHA Rendezvous, talking with all the cool people. I got Rikki in front of me right now. Rikki Folger here with Harvesting Nature.
Oh, yeah.
But you do your own thing on the side as well.
Wild and Foraged.
Was your field to table dinner a Wild and Foraged branded event?
No,
or was that Harvesting Nature? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Awesome. We play nice over here.
Yes.
Most of us. And you, we're just here. We're hanging out, spending a lot of time with the Harvesting Nature crew, which is awesome. Learning all the ticks and tricks of you guys just mulling around town.
Yes.
You guys know everybody, it seems.
Seems like it.
Here
yeah.
at BHA. So,
just a big group of friends.
yeah, you and the crew have cooked for a couple different events.
Mm-hmm. This was my first event.
Okay.
Here.
Okay.
But yeah, for a couple of different ones.
Yeah, but Justin's done a couple dishes for a couple events, so it was rad. Yeah, I loved. So I got the whole behind the scenes experience. So like, I got to go grocery shopping. I got to watch all the prep work. I got to watch like this dish literally from beginning to end. And people were excited about it. They kept coming back and talking to you and asking questions. And you've told me 10 times what it is, and I still can't pronounce it.
Yes, I made an elk sausage gyoza.
Gyoza.
It's also called a pot sticker.
Okay. Get just a little bit closer.
Yep. Also called a pot sticker. I did that with ramps that were dried, and then wild porcini mushroom powder.
Yes. And tell the listeners. Tell them the whole story. You started not really knowing what type of meat you were going to get.
Yes. So all of my wild game is in a completely different state, and I flew in from Florida. So BHA was kind enough to donate some meat for me to cook. And they gave me a list of options, and most of it was sausage. Some of it was hot Italian, sweet Italian,
Gotcha.
A couple of other different types. And I just didn't know what I wanted to do. And it really depended if it was cased or uncased. That would change what I would do entirely. So I was going to do...
This was the day before. The day of.
Yeah, well, I picked up the meat the morning of.
The morning of.
The morning of. Yeah.
We flew in pseudo together. We kind of met in Dallas, and there were some flight issues. So I know a lot of your planning was kind of hijacked by that fiasco.
It was. I missed my next flight by a literal minute.
Literally a minute.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So I was mildly having a panic attack about that.
I was stressed out, and I was just taking photos.
Right. So we went to the store. We went to pick up the meat. Adam and Justin got some last minute items for their dishes as well. Got back to the house, and we had about an hour and a half to 2 hours of just crunch time. And there's 3 people in a tiny Airbnb kitchen that we don't know what it's stocked with.
We'll post some of the photos.
Yeah, we don't know what it's stocked with. We don't know what it has. Really dull knife, so you're sitting there slicing, and you're like, oh my goodness. But it all came together.
Yes,
and I assembled some of my gyoza at the house. The rest I did at the event.
Yeah.
Which I feel those ones turned out nicer.
Oh, really?
When the wrappers themselves are super delicate. So the ones that I did at the house were a little just smushed and a little slimy. They still fried really well, but they just weren't as pretty as I wanted them to be.
Gotcha. Well, we'll post a photo of
yes.
the dish right here. But for those who are just listening, do you want to explain? I mean, you said it's a pot sticker. But
yeah, so it's basically...
For people who don't even know what that is.
A fried Asian dumpling.
Yeah.
So the wonton... I don't know the exact ingredient, or wonton. Gyoza wrappers, there's different types of wrappers for different things that you're doing.
Gotcha.
I don't know the exact differences in those, but it's just a really thin flour.
Is it just what it's
wrap.
made of, or the type of flour?
So we did that. I also added, so I did the sweet Italian sausage, and it was very fennel heavy. So trying to put a little bit more Asian flair in there. I added soy sauce, ginger, scallions, garlic, the ramps.
In addition to the pre-made sausage that you did not make. So
Correct.
You
I
just
had
had to
no
taste it,
idea.
you had to eat it on site.
Yeah. That's what, yeah. You got to have some
Dude,
tricks
that
in your back
on-the-fly
pocket.
thinking was fascinating to watch.
Yeah.
'Cause, like, you could just see the gears turning in your head. Like, as you're tasting it, you're smelling it, you're like, what do we buy?
What do we need?
What do I have time to do?
Right. And some of the sausage, they pulled it out of the freezer the day before they gave it to me, but some of it was still pretty frozen.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get it unfrozen really quickly. And then at the venue, I assembled the rest of the pot stickers and then fried them in peanut oil. And they turned out perfect.
They were awesome.
Awesome crunch. Well, and at the store also, they didn't have any ponzu, which is tough sometimes when you fly to different areas. You
don't know the stores.
You don't know the stores. You don't know what they have. And everywhere, the 3 stores that I went to look at were out of ponzu sauce. So I had to, and I was going to do the ramps and the porcini in the ponzu.
Okay.
To kind of give it a little bit more depth of flavor. But since they didn't have ponzu, I switched to sweet chili sauce. And then added the ramps into the filling itself. So,
it was an event.
Yes,
it's
it
super
was.
cool. Yeah, people loved it. Kept hearing people talking about them.
I was very excited for the
Yes.
feedback. It made me very happy.
Yeah, and it all tied together really well. And we just interviewed Jamie, and she was like, yeah, we didn't really talk about like what we were doing, and here like your dish is literally being created like the day before because you don't know what you're working with.
Right.
So it's like, but still like somehow like you're all like on the same wavelength. Because I know Justin's was a little bit on the Chinese inspired
flavors. And I didn't know what he was making either. There were some emails about what everyone was doing, and I did not read them. Well, I would just scroll through and because I was just really focused on what I was doing because I didn't know what I was doing. And so I know someone had posted the photo of the salmon brouillette, or what did she do? The
Megan?
salmon. Yeah. It was a salmon.
You're asking me what things are called?
Well, the salmon one.
It was a really pretty
I think it was a
piled
salmon. Yeah, it was
salmon
beautiful.
with some
And she had
crackers.
posted that photo in the group email, and I was like, wow, I have to step up my game a lot because that is so pretty.
Oh, like she gave you that exact photo before the event?
Right. So she was very on top of it, which I was envious of. So, yeah.
Yeah, but I think, collectively, like tons of different cultures represented, but like it all worked really well. A couple fish dishes, Jamie's turkey and pheasants, and then like your dish and Justin's kind of paired well together, and and Jeff made the fish, so like the apps and main courses like really tied together well.
It did, and I had never done this event. This was my first field to table,
awesome,
so not only did I not have everything that I was doing in order, I had no idea where we were going, what the venue looked like, what I would have to utilize when I got there. But it was great.
It's fun. But you've done big events in the past. You cooked for Blood Origins.
Yes.
You cooked for you managed a lodge for a while.
Yes.
So like you've done cooking for people.
I've done this before.
But it's that mystery of like, what does the venue have? What does the Airbnb have?
Yes.
What does the grocery store have?
Yes.
But it's super cool to see you just on the fly, just crushing it. Like you might have been stressed out, but like it all, in my opinion, like from my perspective, like it all came together like flawlessly.
Perfect. Well,
Like
that's what
it tasted great. It
I'm happy to
looked
hear that.
awesome. Like I like the way things look. Like you crushed your presentation and just super cool. Just that sauce strip shots, like turned out great.
You
It
got
was
some
phenomenal.
great shots.
Thank
yeah.
you. And again, the people loved it. I saw some leftovers from a couple tables, but I didn't see any.
No,
your
everyone.
leftovers.
I ran out
They
of chili
smashed 'em.
sauce, and so I just stopped plating the 10 I had left over. And I went to go look at something, I can't remember, and I came back and everyone's just picking the ones that I had left out of the bowl. I was like, perfect,
We
eat
don't need
all
sauce.
of
We're
them.
taking
Yeah.
these gyozas.
Yep,
Did I
perfect.
say it
You
right?
nailed it.
The
yeah.
first time. Let's go. It was super cool.
Awesome.
What are you gonna do different next time?
Next time,
Yeah.
I'm going
Have
to
your own wild
bring.
game
I'm going to bring my own wild
ahead
game.
of time?
Yeah, ahead of time. Yes, and plan out. Well, I guess what I'm going to do just beforehand, way beforehand. So I feel comfortable, you know, depending on where I live too, because flying from Florida is hard.
Yeah.
You know, with checked bags and missed flights, and so maybe if I live somewhere a little bit closer, or maybe drive or something, that would be super helpful.
Yeah.
Just to have all my stuff
Definitely.
with me would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I get that.
Yeah.
What inspired that dish specifically? Is that something you've done before?
I've made it before.
Okay.
Which is, for some reason, I like to make things that I've never made before for a bunch of people. And that stresses me out, but I do it to myself. Yeah. And so far it's always...
thrive on that excitement.
I do. I think I do. Yeah. I hate that about myself, but it works. But I had made gyozas before for a recipe for harvesting nature.
Gotcha.
I've never deep fried them. I always just cook them in a cast iron pan.
Okay.
And like half fry, half steam them a little bit. So it's a different texture, but I really liked the crunchy texture for this one. And so I knew what I was doing in that regard. But again, the venison that I used was like plain, just ground venison. It didn't have any other spices in it. So it was easier to, you know, get the flavor profile right the first time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I can imagine, you know, just being an okay cook, just grabbing a bin of sausage, and it's like, again, you just have to test it, taste it, and like, did they tell you what was in it, or are you
I just like, assumed with a sweet Italian, there's always fennel.
You're
there's
smelling it, you're tasting
parsley.
it, you're reverse engineering in your mind.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
so there's flavor profiles that if it says this, it means this.
Yeah.
So you know,
but just taking that and like, how do I take that sweet Italian or sweet whatever and converting that to something that's going to work with your chili sauce and all this other stuff.
And luckily, you know, garlic and ginger, they're very flavorful ingredients, so it's very easy to mask stuff with that.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't too,
so you're just
worried.
overriding some of those existing flavors.
Right.
I like it. So how close is this to like a pot sticker? Or, I mean,
I think
same family-ish?
It's interchangeable.
Okay.
You can go to Trader Joe's and buy pot stickers, and they're essentially gyozas. It's just a branding label.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe you said maybe a different type of wrapper.
The wontons are different wrappers, but the pot stickers are all the same. And I was amazed that they had gyoza wrappers at that Asian store.
So gyozas, wontons are different. Gyozas.
There's like soup dumplings. Yeah.
What you just
and
say?
You can fold them different ways too. So I called Justin the night before, and we were just going over our packing list together. Yeah. And my original plan was to hand fold them, which I've done before, and they look beautiful. Not when you're making 100. Yeah. And I cut my recipe in half too, so I only did 150, which I'm very happy that I did, because
it
was a lot to do, but it's also just a ton of food beforehand, and you know, appetizers.
And there are a lot of appetizers.
A lot of apps. 4 different appetizer chefs.
Awesome.
It was amazing. It was great to see.
If I was an actual guest, I would have just
been full. Yeah, so
going
full.
into the main course.
But anyway, Justin had a gyoza press. You can buy them. They're like $3 at the store.
Gotcha.
And that was a lifesaver. So he threw that in his bag for me. He was looking back on it.
Which he didn't really know how to operate, right?
No, which I found so funny. It was a little bit tricky. The wrappers were a little bit smaller than the mold, and so you had to do a couple of them a few different ways. But there was this weird button hangy thing on the bottom that I still don't know. I still don't know what it does. I didn't use it at all. So
if you're a professional,
yes, gyoza.
Tell us what we're doing.
Let me know.
Yes. YouTube, help us.
Yes. But yeah, it was great, and I didn't cry, so that's a plus.
Nice. Well, like I said, it was beautiful. It was super fun. The only experience I have like with pot stickers, I mean, I've done them at home. I've never made one, but like I've got the prepackaged stuff. But there's a restaurant in Indy that's now closed, unfortunately, but the best like dumplings, pot stickers I've ever had, and they just like fried the one side and left the other side kind of steamed.
Yeah.
So it was kind of this awesome, what do you call that? It's kind of sticky, kind of creamy.
Yeah, but then you get that nice crunch.
Yeah, the crunchy bottom. So like that opposing textures like on the same like chunk of.
That's what happens when I make them in the cast iron.
Yeah.
So it's the nice crusty bottom, and then once they're done cooking, you throw some water in there and cover it so it steams them, and then perfect.
but a lot more challenging when you've got 150 to make.
Yes,
So.
and no actual stove. We were all cooking on
Oh,
like
yeah.
camp chefs in the back.
Oh, yeah,
and-
they just had the flat tops.
Yeah.
So no official stoves
No.
or grills.
No.
And, yeah.
And
Challenges.
we
you
were
gotta-
all preparing for our appetizers, but the chefs for the main courses were still preparing for their stuff, so they needed all of that too. So it's space, timing issues.
There was a stove like across the campus,
yes.
like in a house.
Yes.
Gotta
Yes.
haul your
The
stuff over
door
there.
didn't close all the way either, so when Justin was making his meal,
The oven
he was
door?
pushing it closed the whole
Oh,
time.
dear.
Yeah. So just fun stuff like
That's
that you have to
hilarious.
figure out. So.
Oh my gosh! But yeah, it was phenomenal. Yeah, my first field to table dinner. Well, at Rendezvous, Indiana did their own field to table dinner, and it was outstanding. So we need more of these.
Yes, I think
definitely
so.
need more of
I
these.
think
So
you're right.
if you're a hunter and want to donate some wild game to a field to table dinner, do it because it's crazy good. When you get the right people cooking for you, like it's outstanding. It's so good. It's stuff that I never would have thought to make. Like if I was in charge of an appetizer, gosh, I don't know what I would have done.
Right.
Maybe like bacon wrapped goose bites or something like very.
That would have gone over really well.
It's like kind of like just the classes of food. Like it's very like entry level, like Super Bowl snack.
Yes.
And this was like a fancy dinner. Like I don't know what the plates cost to get a seat at the table, but it's not a cheap dinner.
It's not cheap, no.
But it's all for conservation.
It is. Goes to a great cause.
And but yeah, it was a fancy dinner, I would say. Like.
Oh yeah,
And
beautiful
my
venue.
little bacon wrapped goose bites. I don't think they would have fit in very well. So I love seeing what you guys come up with. And again, it was super fun just watching the brain gears turn and figuring it all out on the spot. It was beautiful. It was awesome, and it turned out wonderful.
Awesome.
Yes. So we have a bottle of wine in front of us, and you mentioned you grew up in Napa Valley.
I did.
So
Terrible place to grow up.
Terrible place to grow up. But you know a couple of things about wine.
I do.
Yeah, and we just talked to the crew over there at Velvet Buck. Do you have some like cooking with wine tips, tricks, advice
Yeah.
that you want to give us, or pairing advice?
Pairing. I have all of those things.
First of all, we just did this episode with Velvet Buck, and I've already forgotten. It's a blend.
It's a blend.
It's a
so
blend.
it's Syrah, Cabernet, Merlot, and then Petite Syrah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that means nothing to me.
Yeah, red grapes.
It's red. Yeah, Blake said it's it's fruity, so it's Swedish from the fruit, but a little bit drier.
Yes,
How would you
it's a
explain this to somebody who
dry-
doesn't know wine?
It's a dry wine. It doesn't have much residual sugar. You know, you're thinking of sweet wines like Moscatos, Rieslings that have a ton of leftover sugar in them. It's dry, but it does taste fruity.
But
you
it
get
finished
fruity
really
notes.
clean. I
yes,
thought like it
and
didn't leave you dry.
No, not at all.
Like some of those really
it
harsh
doesn't
ones.
have a ton of. Now I'm trying to remember because I tried this the other night.
It's been a couple days since we've tried it.
Yes, we've done a lot in those couple days. It's very well balanced. I would say it does have
say so.
some tannins in it, which is the sticky shrink wrap feeling that you
That's
get.
the dry feeling. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Which I love. I love that feeling.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I like that. Those
And
off
those
flavors,
wines
bitters,
pair
and-
so well with food.
Yeah.
If you get a super tannic wine, it might not be fun to drink on its own, but when you eat something, let's say something really fatty, like a ribeye steak or a stew, the tannins and the fattiness from the food just blend together, and it's just the perfect pairing.
Yes. So how would you cook with this if you had a bottle of this?
I wouldn't cook with this.
You wouldn't. You would just drink
It's
it.
too expensive.
Okay.
You could cook with it, but your budget for dinners would be really, really high.
What is your what is this selling for?
I don't know. I don't know what it retails for.
What is expensive?
What is expensive?
Yeah, what you said it's an expensive bottle.
I
What
would
you
say
like?
that generally I don't cook with anything over $40.
Okay.
Generally.
You would cook with this. It's going to be approachable. Yeah. Don't quote me on this, but I
Yeah.
believe Blake said he wants it to come in like around $20.
Oh,
Or less.
then I would.
Or less.
or less. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They want to move bottles. They want to support conservation. Every bottle that's sold kicks back to BHA.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
What a great
they're
idea.
wanting to fuel the fire of conservation.
Yeah.
So I think they are pricing. I told him he could charge more. So these facts might be off. If he takes my advice, it will not be $20
Yeah.
because it doesn't taste like a $20 bottle. Like to me, like
No.
it tastes. I mean, easily you could sell that for $60 easy. I think.
Absolutely. It's also
I don't know
where
much
the
about wine.
grapes are from too.
Yeah.
You know, when you're buying grapes from Napa or Sonoma, it has that name on it. So those wines are, you know, way more expensive. And it's also how nice, not to say that this bottle isn't nice, but there are bottles that are so heavy when they're empty, you think that there's still wine in there.
Yes.
Like they put a lot of money into their packaging.
Yeah.
And that
And they
increases
did the branding.
price.
We talked
It
about
was
this.
beautiful. The label's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. I buy wine based on how the bottle looks. Sometimes I look at the back. Sometimes I don't. But again, I don't. If it's red, I don't necessarily care
Right.
all the specifics.
Yes.
Because I'm an okay cook. It works.
Yeah.
But yeah, so assuming it is sub $20, what would you do with this?
You can use it a lot for deglazing your pan.
Yeah.
So after, let's say we're making a roast.
Yeah.
You know, you salt your meat, you put some oil in a pot, and then sear off all of the sides of the meat to get a nice crust on it. Then you can put onions, carrots, celery, whatever you're making, into the pot and kind of sweat those down, and then add the wine on top of that so it cooks a little bit.
Yeah,
and then you add, you want to cook the alcohol out.
Sure.
So, which is easy to do when you are using it at the beginning of your meal, but I wouldn't, you know, once the roast is all done, I wouldn't pour any wine necessarily into the pot afterwards.
Okay. It's like in the crock pot, you
it
wouldn't
just
add that?
tastes a lot better if you do it
Okay.
before, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Is that just the alcohol, like doing weird things to the meat? Like
It just,
in the crock
it
pot, or-
just tastes funky.
Okay.
It would taste alcohol-y
Gotcha.
and off a little bit.
Gotcha.
But yeah, sauces a lot. You can make like a red wine sauce for a steak or something. But yeah, I love cooking with wine. I generally cook. It depends on what's on sale, I guess. But what I like to cook with are the black box wines.
Okay.
And I generally stick with either Cabernet or Chardonnay if I'm doing
Okay.
a white sauce.
I need to learn those names.
Yes,
'Cause
yeah.
I'm always Googling. I told Blake I'm always Googling stuff.
Yeah.
When I'm at the store, like, oh, I'm doing a roast. Like, which one do I need?
Right. And a general rule is if you're cooking, you know, steaks or a darker meat, red wine. If you're cooking chicken or fish, you use white wine.
Yeah.
Depending on what your sauce is. Again, that is not true for everything, but generally it is.
Yeah. I think, you know, I think it went well, you know, with all the fish there at the Field to Table event. So,
Yeah.
the rules are quote unquote rules
Yes.
with wine. I think we said this with Blake, but like if it works and
Yeah.
you're happy, keep doing it.
100%. Yes. That was one of...
If you're not happy, maybe try the other one, but
Yeah. With wine, it's so... People get really nervous talking about wine when they don't understand
what's
what it
intimidating?
is. It's very intimidating. And when I was working in restaurants in Napa, I would just be like, hey, what do you like to drink? Like, because I want you to enjoy what you're drinking. Maybe we can find something, compromise in the middle. You know, let's see what you like, and then let's see what pairs best with the dish. It's also price point too.
Absolutely.
You know, so it's, you know, if you like to drink cab with, I don't know, shrimp scampi, go ahead. Like, that's fine.
Yes.
So.
Yes. So as a blend, what I mean, how do you classify blends?
Multiple grapes in...
Like is it from like a cooking or pairing? I mean, it's kind of its own thing.
It's
like
its own thing, and
not a
it's very
cab, it's not
dependent on who makes it.
Yeah.
A lot of times, wineries will not tell you what's in it, or how much of each.
So you just have to
type
taste it.
of grape,
and
right?
figure out on the spot.
Yes.
What am I going to do? Yeah.
So that's one of those things. You know what you're looking for, where it's from, the age, the vintage,
Yep.
and then what it is. So that all goes into when you think about pairings.
I mean, Blake gave us a good breakdown. I don't know if it says here exactly we got a sheet around here somewhere. Yeah, taste it. Super cool. I told Blake that I want to do a chutney
Ooh.
compote. What's the difference? I always mix those up.
Chutney
Why do I mix those up?
generally has some savory spices in it, like a spicy, savory note to it, and compotes are more fruity, fruit forward.
Maybe I'm doing a compote then. Vinegar, it's apple cider vinegar, a lot of fruit, a lot of honey.
Yeah, that sounds.
But I'm thinking add some of that into that mix.
Absolutely, yeah.
Meat Eater has a phenomenal recipe in one of their books, and I want to sub this for some of the apple cider vinegar and just put that on top of a duck breast, and I think that would be stellar because it's super fruity. I like the dry. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, that sounds amazing.
Yes, but let's sauce for a steak. Do you have like some thoughts on like how would you use this
for red wine?
Yeah, like we're taking the velvet buck. We've got some backstrap. We want a sauce to put on top of that, like. Since you're good on the spot.
Yeah, on the spot. I like to do for like backstraps, like if we're talking about like a sweeter sauce, doing like a blackberry, or I can do blackberries or blueberries, blueberry, thyme, and red wine, and cook that down.
Yeah.
And add a little beef stock to that as well, depending on how thick you want the sauce to be. But yeah, I think the red wine would pair really, really well with that.
Yes, I think so. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, it's great. Little onions. It's sweet and savory.
Yes.
It works really, really well with wild game. So.
Yes. And I would say, like, so when you're cooking with wine, you mentioned you like cheaper wines to cook with?
It's just, And then, I mean, I'll cook with wine. I would cook with this in a glass separately. Yeah. And then cook, actually use the cheaper stuff. Yeah. But that's just what I would recommend. Yeah. I mean.
I'm just kind of curious, like, how flavors would compare. Like, the cheap stuff, it's getting mixed up. But like using this to cook and this to drink, like, do you think those flavors like follow through? Like, would it be?
I think it depends on how cheap we're going here, because they sell these big jugs of wine. Yeah. Bottom shelf. I will not touch those to cook.
Okay.
Yeah, I refuse. So I get a very great quality, inexpensive wine. And it also helps that it's in a box, because that gets rid of a lot of your pricing for packaging.
Copy. I got you. Yeah.
I think yes, it could. But depending on what you're making, if it's very delicate and you want that wine flavor to come through, then I would invest in a little bit more of an expensive bottle. Yeah. But if it's
maybe
just
use the
going,
same bottle that you're going to drink later on.
Yeah. But if you're cooking something that's going to be cooked down for hours and hours, let's say you're braising, then it doesn't matter.
Copy that. Yeah. Yeah, Blake and I talked, like, let's just use this across the board.
Yeah.
Let's support BHA across the board.
Yeah.
We're going to use all this when we're cooking. We're going to use it all when we're eating.
Yeah.
So, it's cool. I'm in love with the velvet buck. I've said this 100 times, but yeah, I buy wine based on the way it looks.
Yes, and feels now.
It feels so good. It's literally velvet. I love it. Any other tips on wine? Just if you got a glass of wine when you start cooking.
Oh, yeah. When you don't finish wine, let's say you're having a nice dinner party and the bottle you don't consume the whole bottle. Don't throw it away just because it doesn't taste good. Well, because it doesn't taste good to drink it. Let's say it's been open for a couple of days. You can still cook with it. It's totally fine. Okay. Just put a cork in it, set it to the side, and save it for when you are making something with wine.
Gotcha. Okay.
So.
Now, when wine goes bad like that, or just is it the oxidation?
Yeah.
Happening? Like it's not. Is it losing? Like, is the alcohol evaporating, or is it just?
No, it just the flavors go flat essentially, and
it's doing bad things too.
But it still tastes great when you cook it.
Okay.
So.
Gotcha,
it's
that's a great tip.
No need to waste wine.
Yes. Save it for cooking in
Yes, exactly.
Awesome. Well, Rikki, thank you so much for your tips and tricks.
Of course.
I loved your dish.
Thank you.
So I cannot wait for the next event you cook for.
I'm excited.
You got some stuff coming up though, right? You're
doing I do. Yeah.
Some cat cooking. What?
Yeah. I am developing mountain lion and mountain lion and bobcat recipes for Cat Hunter magazine.
Yes.
My last recipe I can't talk about yet because I don't know if the magazine's come out yet. It's supposed to come out this month.
Okay.
So I don't know if I can.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Beautiful photography.
Yes. We'll watch your socials. I'm
yes,
sure you'll post some
I will.
stuff when
I'll
that's out.
post some
Yes.
stuff. But once I get back, I immediately need to create a recipe for the fall.
Yes.
So I'm thinking about fall dishes, maybe some
So you need to find some
stews,
cats.
braised meats. But I'm really excited for that one.
Yes.
Fall's my favorite season to cook in.
could- Mountain lion's kind of porky.
Very
right?
porky.
I've never had mountain lion. So,
Yeah.
would you use this with mountain lion?
Ooh. I would probably go with a white wine.
Okay.
Just because it's not dark enough
Gotcha.
of a meat. Again, there might be some options where I could use it.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. Maybe I'll think of one.
Yeah. Try it out.
Yeah.
See what happens. So cat, what's the magazine again?
Cat Hunter.
Cat Hunter.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have cats in Indiana, so I don't think they would ship me the magazine if I ordered it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I might just to get some recipes.
Yeah.
So being an Indiana guy, if I want to do your mountain lion recipe, can I just do that with pork?
Yes, substitute it with,
okay.
with pork. Yeah,
They're
very
close
easy.
enough.
Close enough.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say store-bought pork is a lot fattier. Which
Is that good or bad?
it'll be easier to make the recipes.
Gotcha.
With mountain lion being so lean, it's very easy to dry the meat out.
Yeah.
So I add a lot of additional fat in any
Gotcha.
areas that I can. But with pork, you don't have to worry about that as much. So
Awesome. Well, Wild and Forged on Instagram.
Yep.
You've got a website in the works?
In the works.
Is it running? Okay.
no, not yet. I'll get on
Yes,
that.
get on that.
Yeah.
See all the stuff. So, follow Rikki. See what's going on. If you see her name on any event, go to it. It's awesome. I've had your food a couple times, and it's good.
Thank you.
It's awesome. I absolutely love it. So appreciate seeing all the behind the scenes
Yes.
and letting me tag along with you guys.
Of
So
course, it's been
a
fun.
blast. And we got stuff to do here.
We do. We got to
at
go.
BHA, so we got to run. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting.
Thank you.
And we'll keep our eyes on your page.
All right.
Cheers.
Sounds good.